Welcome everyone to our special live session on Bliss. We're going to get started, and I will begin by reading a lot of messages to you that Lantos has given over the last couple of weeks, speaking specifically about Bliss. Now, on May 26th, there was a very special event. Yes, it was the full moon and a lunar eclipse, but there was another special event that began on that day and then continued for the next 5 days. And that event took place at Mount Kailash. It was during that period of time that Lantos gave Cindy all of these messages on Bliss. Lantos wants to make sure that during this period of time, we all focus on Bliss, and that's why he wants me to read to you these specific messages on Bliss. Then, in addition, we're going to be doing a special live session of Bliss. That will take place at the end of this lecture. So the lecture portion is going to take about 16 to 17 minutes, and then we'll jump into the Bliss session, which will take about 13 to 14 minutes, and we should be done right around the 30 to 32 minute mark. Okay, everyone, let's get ready to begin with the messages. We send blessings for this great journey to the receptacle of bliss. It is a journey to enliven the full value of bliss. Bliss is the golden essence of life. It is through bliss that one enters the higher realms. The journey begins with the aqua seed at the base of the flying seed map. Our master of bliss enlivens this value. It is the value of reflection. The lake is the physical form of the value of reflection. Reflection occurs before inception. Reflection is the first value. It is a great blessing to enliven this value on the day of two fullnesses. It is a day of fullness of full and fullness of empty. On this day, the moon gains awareness of its own reflection as full, and it experiences its reflection as empty. Two values are perceived. Two values of fullness are present on an outer layer of expression. It is a great blessing to begin this journey of awakening of the full value of bliss on this day of expression of two values of fullness. This journey is the journey of the dynamics of creation. These dynamics occur on the primordial layer and give rise to all expressions of form, all values of creation. This is a sacred journey. The dynamics of creation are enlivened on the primordial layer, and at the same time they are enlivened on the physical layer. It is very significant. This journey enlivens the dynamics on the inner, subtle layer of fullness and on the outer material layer of creation. The layer of form and the layer of formless. What stands in between these two layers? What connects these two layers? Bliss. The realm of golden bliss. It is for this reason that the journey occurs at the receptacle of bliss. Here, the connection between the layers of form and formless exists. Here, the golden realm is generated. The golden realm connects the material with the immaterial. This realm spills out into both layers. This golden realm may be seen on the material layer, and the golden essence enters into the subtle layer. One may experience a patch of sunshine next to a patch of rain. Both exist. That which connects is a gentle realm of mist. The luminous mist drifts into the sunny patch, and it also enters the area of rain. Like this, the golden realm enters both values, material and immaterial, expressed and unexpressed. This is the precious realm of bliss. Having enlivened the first value on the journey, the aqua value of reflection, the master of bliss proceeds to the base of the great receptacle. Here begins the journey, encircling the great receptacle of bliss. This is the transition from the aqua seed into the lapis blue seed. This is the seed of the way. The way marks the first step on the path. Reflection sets the intent. It is the intent of the ocean to know itself. This is reflection. Then the ocean begins to rise. This is inception. Here begins the way. On this path, on the journey of creation, on the journey around Kailash, 3 aspects of expression get enlivened. 3 spin keys of creation get awakened. The third spin key is the blue value. The second spin key is the rose-colored value, and the first spin key is the yellow value. The blue, the rose, and the yellow values. We call these 3 aspects 3 celestial droplets, 3 droplets of heaven. One must enliven these 3 droplets to enter the domain of clear skies, the domain of the realm lords. Before one may enter the clear domain, one passes through the luminous mist, the golden mist. Even when the rain has ceased, the air is not yet clear. Some time is required. One must spend some time in this realm of luminous mist. One ascends through this golden realm into the clear realm. On the flying seed map, we find the clear realm atop the 72 colored seed expressions. This is the celestial domain. 9 is the number which may be seen as one approaches the heavenly realm. Yet, upon entering, one realizes 36 heavenly values. This is the structure of creation. This is the golden form. 108 values in all, expressed and unexpressed. The great journey of Kailash is the enlivenment of the sublime golden realm through the awakening of the 3 droplets of heaven. Sublime blessings of bliss flow from the earthly abode of bliss. This is the nature of this blessed journey. Very good. Many blessings. So that was his first message to begin the journey. The next day, here is what Lantos said. Today we ring the bell for the celebration of commencement of the flowing golden ambrosia of Kailash. We celebrate the arrival of the Master of Bliss. It is a great ceremony which approaches, the ceremony of the golden ambrosia of bliss at Kailash. Great beings of light gather for this sacred ceremony, which carries far-reaching significance, effects reaching into time and across space. To conduct such a ceremony, certain requirements must be fulfilled. Each requirement is significant. The first consideration is given for the one conducting the ceremony, the one who stirs. This one must be qualified. For this, our dear Master of Bliss is well qualified. The next consideration is location. The site must be considered. For this, Kailash is the great receptacle of bliss for earth. The requirement for location is well met. Next, consideration is given to specific ingredients, the list of items required during the process. These are met. Finally, timing is considered significant. The journey, to be most effective, must begin in a moment of great support by the environment. Support from the elements, from the layers of existence, support from the heavens and from the earth. Here again, support is supreme. The process begins with reflection. In creation, the first value is that of reflection. Like this, the first stage of our journey of bliss begins with reflection. This aspect is experienced at the Blessed Lake. During the process of this stage of reflection, two values of fullness are perceived. The value of fullness of full and the value of fullness of empty. It is a great blessing of timing, a very great fortune. Two values of full are witnessed on the outer material layer of creation. The seed active at this time is locating the like, a seed of reflection. During this auspicious event, each active performance is met with blessings of support. The journey around Kailash begins. The droplets of heaven are stirred, blue, rose, yellow. To stir is to enliven through a circular motion, through rotational motion. The three droplets of heaven are stirred. At the face of the yellow droplet, some time is spent. Some time is offered for this experience. It is the experience of transformation of the golden nectar of bliss, the luminous ambrosia of life. This is alchemy on the deepest layer of existence. The process of transformation of material form into the luminous golden essence of ambrosia. Here, on this day of golden nectar, at the great central receptacle of Kailash, the well brings forth water. The spherical forms present for this ceremony receive the awakening of the essence of golden bliss. These are the small treasures, traces of the blessings of the great ceremony. This is a sacred event for Earth. The journey is a great blessing for Earth. It is the blessing of the flowing of the sweet nectar of bliss. Golden ambrosia flows. Like a stream, bliss flows, a sweet, luminous substance. It is a process. The great ceremony is a process. We offer deepest thanks to the great Master of Bliss for taking this journey, for stirring the receptacle of Kailash. We offer deepest thanks to our blessed Masters of the Light for enlivening the light of Genesis and opening the gates of experience to this material receptacle of light for Earth. We offer deepest thanks to our beloved family of the light of Genesis for the sublime knowledge and service provided to all. Many blessings. The next day, Lantos gave this message. Today, the world experiences a sacred convergence of events. Guided by the force of the great wave of creation, this day of purification and intent for the ceremony of ambrosia for Kailash is blessed by the great celestial appearance of two values of full. Two fullnesses appear in turn in the heavens on this day of awakening and purification of intent. The moon approaches Earth in its brightest form of radiance to shine in fullness, and then, as if to teach the highest truth, this fullness transforms into empty. From total fullness of full to complete fullness of empty. The sun, the moon, and the earth combine to offer the way. The next day, Lantos said this: "Yes, in this experience of the arrival of the golden realm, the luminous droplets of heaven descend. Luminous rain descends as blessings. The material realm presents itself to the feet of the Master. Material form sits at the feet of the realm lords. This is the junction point, the connecting realm, the golden layer which connects material with the immaterial. The sounds of the sacred toes dwell here. The sounds reside in the golden realm. Experience of this realm enlivens the sounds. This is the hum of bliss. 81 seeds of creation get enlivened. The seeds warm up within this golden realm of supreme illumination, and 108 dawns. The light shines. The sun appears. This takes some time. Our dear Master of Bliss spent some time in the radiance of Kailash, in the radiance of the golden realm of the nectar of bliss. It is very good. Very good. Well done. This sublime experience gets enlivened for all. All receive the waves of blessings. Well done. Well done. At the end of the journey, here is what Lantos said. Well done, well done. Very good, Master of Bliss. Very good. Realm lords join the physical plane in celebration of the creation of the golden nectar. Your actions have brought forth the sublime ambrosia. You have stirred the droplets of heaven. Your steps have carried the spheres and enlivened the way through the process of right and timely action and through the purity of intent. All realms sense the production of this sweet nectar. As it emerges, beings from all layers come to enjoy, to delight in the presence of nectar. The spheres will spread the blessings of this ceremony of bliss. Kailash has offered the supreme substance of creation. This substance flows now into the physical layers. It purifies all. It enlivens all. This is the nature of the sublime nectar. Very good. The path is clear. Very good. The world awaits this precious nectar. So those were the messages of bliss that Lantos wanted us to focus on during this week. At this point, we are going to prepare for the session of bliss. For this, you're going to need your bliss pendant. You're also going to need the super water cell and the super star cell. I will walk you through the steps of this session just like I do with the Global Sacred Sound session. And we will be using the flame and the wand on your photograph here. But we will begin with holding the supercells in our hands for 2 minutes. So the first step of this session, pick up and hold in your left hand the super water cell. In your right hand, pick up and hold the super star cell. We will do this step for 2 minutes. Okay, set aside the superstar cell. Continue to hold the super water cell in your left hand. Pick up and hold the Bliss pendant in your right hand. You will introduce the Realm Lord sound silently 3 times, and then you will introduce the sacred sounds of bliss. Those sacred sounds of bliss are on your screen, so if you need to remember them, they are on the screen in front of you. Introduce those sounds at least 3 times, but you may continue to introduce those sounds throughout the 3 minutes. Okay, set aside the super water cell. Switch the Bliss pendant to your left hand, so you will be holding the Bliss pendant in your left hand and pick up and hold in your right hand the superstar cell. Begin by silently introducing the Realm Lord sound 3 times, then pause, and then introduce the sacred sounds of bliss, the sacred sounds of the reflective bliss. And this is on your screen. Continue to introduce those sacred sounds for the rest of the 3 minutes. Okay, set aside the Bliss pendant, and now hold the supercells in your hands for 2 minutes. The super water cell in your left hand, the superstar cell in your right hand. Okay, set aside those tools. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for the special lecture on Bliss and the special live session of Bliss. Have a great rest of your day.